welcome to my channel. I'm Elizabeth and I've prepared a special video for you today. As an Erasmus exchange student for 1 year, I'll be studying in Barcelona and I wanted to share my adventures with you. I was a cartoon and animation student in Istanbul and now I'm studying my 3rd year in Barcelona. In this video, I will talk about my first month that I spent here, the hard parts, the good parts, my projects, and everything else. So, let's begin! How did I come here? That's a question I used to ask a lot to myself. I actually didn't plan on being an exchange student at all. What happened is that my 2 best friends were going to apply for the exam and I just went along with them. The exam wasn't exactly hard, but it wasn't easy either. After the exam, we went out. What they do is the combination of your scores is like your result, basically. If your grades are high enough, then you get to pick 5 different universities, which are partnered with your own current university. And I ended up ranking 3rd from my faculty, which is art and design. My university mailed me to make a list of the 5 different partner universities. So I chose 1 from Sweden, 2 from Germany, 1 from Spain, and the last one was from Poland. I was very scared to go to a new country by myself. I picked 2 different German universities as my dad lives there and I was too scared to live by myself because I grew up in the same house for over 20 years and it was too scary for me, but here I am. Anyway, I successfully got nominated to the Swedish university, which was called Malmö. I never thought that I would actually get accepted, so I didn't really do a very detailed background check, which was a stupid idea. And then I learned how expensive Sweden was. And me and my mom were like a little shocked and we didn't really know what to do because like she wasn't expecting for me to get in and I also like didn't plan this and my dad didn't even know. My school called me and told me that there were some problems with the partnership with Sweden and Turkey. So it got cancelled, I guess. I ended up choosing Spain because it was the only option left. Like they told me that the other universities didn't have space left because I had a very high score and I thought that I would be able to pick another one. And I spent months of preparing my documents and understanding what I have to do, my portfolio and like the other stuff, which was very exhausting. But it's actually not that hard, it's just that my brain couldn't really understand what I had to do, which I guess it's a hard part. Like you have to know what you need to do and what you need to prepare, but since I had no experience or I didn't really search for it, it was very exhausting for me. After saying goodbye to my mom and my boyfriend at the airport, I jumped on a plane and that's how my journey began. It was very hard leaving them behind. I could see my mom crying while we were at the airport and she was saying goodbye to me. I tried not to show it, but when I went through the passport control, I was also crying. When I arrived in Barcelona, I wanted to find my residence. Like the first thing that I wanted to do was to just leave my luggage and just relax. I didn't want to use the metro because I didn't know how it worked, just to be safe on my first day. I found a taxi driver. Sadly, he didn't understand English and I didn't understand Spanish, but somehow we made it to my apartment. During the first week, it was very empty, so I didn't get to meet with many people, and my roommate wasn't there yet and she was going to arrive a month later. Some days I felt very isolated. Actually, it felt like I was a bird that just hatched from their egg. I was very lost. I was even scared to get fruits or vegetables from the store just because, you know, you have to weigh them and I didn't know how to do that. Like when you take your first shower, or when you go to the grocery store, or when you take your first walk in the street and you start to explore a new city. It made me feel much better and it really helped me a lot getting used to here because the more that I did, the more I felt at home. Trying out new local food and creating new social environments was amazing for me because I love meeting people, I love socializing, and Like meeting new people from different cultures is a very unique experience, and every person has their own story, and I love that. I also love how much freedom that this experience brought me, because even though I have amazing parents and a house that I can live in, I can eat the food that I want, even though I have a good environment back in my home country, when you're alone in a new city, it's hard at first, but it also gives you a lot of freedom and a lot of space for you to grow as a person. So, about my classes and my projects. My classes are usually in the afternoon, so I get to sleep a lot, which is good for me because I'm more of a night owl. I usually sleep around 2 at midnight. I have 3 different classrooms, one with the ceramic students, the other one with illustration students, and the last one, which is my main subject, animation. For my 2D animation project, our task was to mix real-life pictures with animated 2D characters that we designed. No hand-drawn backgrounds, it had to be real pictures that you or someone else took. Also, it had to last about 20 seconds, and it also had to be an advertisement about the product that you got to choose. So I chose a sticker cutting machine. I created these sticker characters that were called Ruru, which was the red panda, and Mimi, which was the raccoon. And the story basically is about the stickers becoming alive and just playing around when they get printed out from the machine. In the story, Ruru and Mimi are actually the first two to come alive. It tells the journey of them escaping from their sticker sheets and just playing around, having fun. For stop motion, I was really nervous about it because I've never done it before, and I respect stop motion animators a lot because I knew that it was hard, but now I understand way better just how much work goes into a simple second. Especially the modeling. I think the modeling is way harder, and keeping the model together is harder because you need to move it piece by piece. And when I was doing my project, a lot of the clay just started falling apart. So it was a real headache for me, and we worked about 3 months for this simple project. Not simple, but it seemed simple in the beginning. My character was a half cactus and a half dog creature. The cactus dog, while walking in a desert, sees a very pretty flower, and the flower falls down from another cactus, and the dog gets scared. That's the whole story. We also did a color test just to see which colors would suit it better, and this one was the one that got picked. I asked about 25 people. It's what the majority of the people liked, so I decided to do it. As for 3D animation, the 3D one was my favorite, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was always one of my goals to learn and get better at 3D modeling, because last year I tried doing it, but I sucked at it, and it was so hard and it was so complicated. I started learning more and more about this project. I got more confident at it. I'm still at a beginner level. I can do simple models, so I wanted to choose a very simple shape or a very simple product. I picked a juice bottle because I knew that the shape was much simpler than the other ones and it would be easier to model this one. The task with the 3D about making an advertisement, but this time it was for Instagram, and it had to be around 10 seconds. So I picked the juice bottle and I designed everything from the packaging to the colors and the brand and the animations. And we have lemon, kiwi, orange, and strawberry flavors. And this is how it turned out. Evet, şimdi size gittiğim ilk geziden bahsetmek istiyorum. Bu gezi benim ilk Erasmus gezimdi. Farklı bir şehre gittik, Girona'ya gittik. Her yerde çok fazla ağaç var ve eski bir ortaçağ kalesindeyiz ve bu çok havalıydı benim için. Bir sürü yeni insanlarla tanışmama yardımcı oldu. Sonunda anladığım bir dilde konuşabilmek çok güzeldi. Ve Salvador Dali'nin yaşadığı şehri gördük, gezdik. İçerisini kendi tasarlamış. Hatta içeri girdiğiniz zaman Salvador Dali'nin içeride şöyle daha yapım aşamasında beraber fotoğraflarını da görebiliyorsunuz. Çok değişik bir tarz var. Müzeye ben bir turla katıldım. Bu tur Erasmus öğrencileri içindi. Erasmus öğrencileriyle beraber şehir dışında ya da şehir içinde çok fazla aktivite yapıyor. Bu da benim katıldığım ilk etkinliğimdi. Çok güzeldi, çok memnun kaldım. Fakat müze içinde daha çok rehberlik etseler daha mutlu olurdum. Bir sürü insanla tanıştım ve benim için çok güzel bir deneyimdi. Gerçekten harikaydı.